MK Fresh, Tamalam Sematekini, Minang Sematekini, when Bramfontein at the PUMA Select. Chilling with my main man, Anatii. He's gonna talk to you about his music, his projects, and what he's working on with this PUMA relationship. We're gonna talk more about that. What up, family?
What's up, King?
You doing your thing?
Bless, bro.
Yo, man, your success is really shining right now, man. How's the reception with the album?
Oh, man, it's overwhelming. It's a blessing. I mean, the organic support that, you know, people have been giving, just the vibes, you know?
Yeah.
You know, people who I never thought would be, you know, listening to my music or even just cutting across, you know, genres and people and ethnicities and things. So it's beautiful right now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a bigger sound. Was that the whole direction you were going for? Because I think like after from the project with AKA, you had like obviously a different direction in terms like what it was reaching. What were you trying to accomplish with this one?
With this is I just wanted my voice to be heard just as a musician, you know, just as an all-round musician, not just as, you know, somebody who can spit some bars or sing or produce, you know, but just more about the all-round, you know, just encompassing like musicianship, just me being able to make music, you know, I produce, I write, I mix the album, you know what I'm saying, like, so just the whole thing.
That's
the whole
dope,
thing,
man.
You know?
And you're also known as one of the cats that hibernate in the studio. Tell me a bit about that lifestyle. How do you?
Bro, I mean, we always have to be in studio. For me, it's like, you know how athletes are always in the gym?
Yeah.
You know, they're always at training. For me, as an artist, I'm always in studio. I always have to be in a creative space. I always have to be in a place where, you know, we could just kick off the vibes, create, no matter what it is, whether we painting, whether we drawing, whether we making music, whether we, you know, anything. It just have to be creative. I feel like every day we can manifest our thoughts. That's a blessing, you know?
No doubt. And embracing, obviously, your Xhosa heritage. And stuff like that. How did that come about?
I think it's easier for me to, you know, make songs in Xhosa just because I don't need to think about it, you know? It's like English, even though we speak English so much, it's not our mother tongue, it's not our home language, you know? So it's like sometimes you have to think, okay, cool, you know, the sentence structure, and this, that. With Xhosa, it's just like, it's so natural, it's embedded in me. Whenever I put it on a song, it just comes out, it's a vibe, you know? So it's easy.
That's dope,
it's
man.
Easy.
And tell me, I think for me, when I caught a wave of you, obviously you have been in the game for a little while, but that Dimple single with the Dream Team, that was that's when I caught a wave. Like, yo, this cat is the biggest producer, like Bongani Fasi. I was like, yo, I need to check him out. I think that was the first time. Tell me how that collaboration came about, because I felt like at that time DJs were just dropping singles and
but Dims is the homie. I feel like we've always been making music, you know, even from the first song he made his first song I think that he dropped was, I think, Toast, with George and JR. And after that he was like, no, he really wants to work on some more music. I said, no, let's vibe. And from there we just built a relationship, you know, just making joints. We had Yaya, what was the other one? Shake Your Hips, that other one with Mugs.
Milkshake as well, I think.
Yeah, the Milkshake one. What else? But I still produced like the ones that I wasn't like featured on, like the one with Casper and JR, and a whole bunch of other joints. So
that's
like, I can't remember, but it's lots.
I know you come from a family of musicians. Tell me, like, your upbringing. I know you started when you were 14 making these beats in high school. Tell me a little bit about that.
Man, I started making beats. I think the first beat I made, I was probably like 9, 10.
For real?
Yeah, like 9 or 10. I was still in primary school. And then that was just like from
this information about like making the music. Was it
my boy Khotso, K Zula, my boy Khotso. This was like, we were still in primary school. I used to beatbox at break, you know. Like, I was the guy with the beats, and then I learned how to make beats from loops and things. And then we started building beats on different programs. Then eventually, when I was in high school, that's when I really started getting into it. And then by the time I was 15, I had produced for Morel, El Tito, like Cypher.
Wave,
yeah, a whole bunch of people. So.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's really crazy because I mean, at that time for people like us, we didn't know how shoes were done, how music was done, how TV was done. At school, you were just watching TV. You think like it's other people that make it there. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but I always had that thing because even as a musician, I never had songs to sing on, so I never had any instrumentals. I never had beats. So I was like, where do people get beats from? Like, if you want to be a singer, so then I was like, okay, let me make beats. You know. Then when I started making beats, I was like, okay, like, yeah, I like this. This is cool. Like, this is something that I want to do. And then, you know, from there, the rest was history.
And then the raps, did the rap come after? Or was it part of the thing when you were doing it? Or?
No, I've always been more of like a singer. Like, I'm more like melody driven. Yeah.
But you throw some verses though?
I mean, yeah, it's just for fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's just for fun.
No doubt.
You don't see me out there on those.
The musicianship came after your drum beats, or was it a gradual growth together?
I think a gradual growth, because there was a point where I think when I was really, really young, where I didn't even care about music. People used to play music like, oh man, I just want to be outside, you know what I'm saying? You know, play with some stores, you know, play ball or something, you know.
That's crazy. That's really nuts. And with this album, what are you hoping to accomplish with the body of work? Are you trying to tour Africa to expose the sound to more countries? Or
I mean, yeah, definitely we have the tour coming up, but I think the biggest thing I want to do, and you know, really the purpose of this album is just, you know, to heal others, you know, to give people the healing, you know, to give people Iyeza. You know, so many people are broken out there, so many people need the healing. It's like, this is soulful music, something for your soul. So that's what I just want to achieve. You know, all the other things are cool, but if we can achieve the healing, then you know we can build a whole new generation.
We had the Select, obviously. You dropped some of your launch debut album here at the Select.
Oh yeah, it was
Tell us about that mood. What was happening on the day?
Yo, the Select session was lit.
Yeah.
We had the screens and everything popping. I think we even extended it into the inside. Yeah. And while I was performing, some guys got into a fight.
For real?
And they started fighting. And in the middle of it, I broke up the fight. I was like, you know, we're all about love, let's stop it. And the guys stopped and they hugged each other and we were lit, and this all happened here, so I mean, history.
And your relationship with PUMA, how did that come about? Because I know you were running with the other guys initially. you switched side, I don't know why.
Oh man.
What's the deal?
Oh, I hate him, man. You know, big shout out to him. He's, you know, super dope, really in touch with what's, you know, happening in the culture. Yeah. You know, just he's got his finger on the pulse. You know?
How important for you, for brands like these, to have people that are in the culture?
I think more than just like influence and, you know, what people think that may be or whatever it is. I feel like it's really just being tapped in, you know, knowing who the shapeshifters are. You know, it's not about how many followers you have. Yeah. It's not about, you know, who's tweeting what or whatever. It's really about what you're doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Boys and Bucks. Yeah. It's like you guys were always doing things so people knew it. It's not about having 100 million followers or whatever. So I think that's the true essence of it, you know, knowing who's really doing things.
Dope. Yeah. And then even with your sneaker game, you started with the high end sort of like look or the sneaker game. Tell me what inspired you to kind of be in that forefront when people were it's Jordans. You were like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm doing this.
Oh man, I mean, because probably when I really started like getting into sneaker culture, I wanted to see what other people weren't doing. Yeah. You know, so even just apart from just like designer kicks or whatever, I used to have this thing like dirty designer kicks, you know? Yeah. Like all the designer kicks are dirty, you know? So it's just trying to find a space or a lane, you know, to be creative. You know, so all of anything that I have that's expensive is personalized. So I've either drawn on it, I've messed it up, or, you know, just to give it a different sort of value. I feel like, you know, brands shouldn't be praised, you know? Yeah. Because we make the brands.
Of course.
Yeah.
The culture.
You know, so it's like, I don't praise any like you know, high-end designers or anything like that. It's just more about what we can do with it, you know.
Yeah. And you're doing sneaker exchange tonight.
It's gonna be a wave.
Tell me, what should we expect from this performance?
We're closing off the show. Sneaker exchange. It's gonna be a movie. I don't even know what to say. I mean,
more energy, more vibes.
Yeah, more energy, more vibes. I just want to give people Iyeza. You know, I've really just been performing new music.
Yeah, I saw your bottles as well, man.
And the reception is
amazing.
Appreciate it, bro. So it's just like the reception is epic. Yeah. Last night we performed. The kids went wild. It's only new music. Yeah. You know, so Sneaker Exchange is gonna be a jump off.
Dope. And be careful of what you wish for. Combined album with AKA. Should we expect a second session just after this wave? Or
I don't know. Right now I'm just focusing on the Iyeza wave, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
But I mean, we never know. You know, it could be careful what you wish for, you know, but right now it's just Iyeza, you know? Yeah. Giving people the medicine, the healing. You know, you might get Iyeza too.
Yeah. And tell me about that track a little bit, man. I know we go in with diverse and we all over the place. The track, Iyeza, man, that shit touches me in a different way. Tell me the pocket there.
I mean, Umthandaza Uzosebenza just really, for me, you know, the message is just me telling myself and, you know, the listeners that, you know, even though we're going through dark times or anything in your life, whatever challenges you may be faced with, you know, because we all go through these things, you know, we're faced with so many challenges and obstacles, you know, but at the end of the day, like, prayer will work. Yeah. You know, and that's the truth. Like, that's what I really believe. You know?
That's crazy, especially now in the climax of like mental illness.
Bro, there's so much. Yeah, it's just so much going on. You know, people people are so pressured by so many, you know, external factors and things that, you know, don't really make sense or matter. You know, like family matters. You know, your loved ones matter. You matter. Your mental well-being matters. You know, your health. You know,
I mean,
not all of that.
Like the don't forget to pray. You know, line. Like, I mean, it's just like.
Yeah, my new one is like, God's my best friend now.
That's crazy.
You know,
that's crazy.
We homies.
Are you on a spiritual journey in a way?
I mean, I've always been on a spiritual journey. I just feel like the way I express it just you know, it comes out differently in my music and things like that. You know, so I just choose to express it in a certain way. You know. Yeah.
Anatii, man, thanks a lot, man.
Bless up.
I really appreciate it.
Bless up, King.
Good luck with the album.
Appreciate
We'll
that.
definitely push you on our website as well.
Man.
Hunting for Kicks. I'm chilling with the young legend, about to do amazing stuff in this music industry globally and locally. SMK Fresh. But I'm rocking the Gucci Slaps today.
Cheers.
Peace.
Bless up.
Man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, King.